What's going on, traders? Welcome to my stream. Today's Wednesday. We had one big mover that we actually in the morning we had three big movers. One of them went up from like 60 cents up to a high of a buck 40, and then EVOC went from I don't know like $2 or $4 to around $8 or $9, something ridiculous. And then Proc had a day two continuation over 5, hit 650, actually hit around 7, and then crashed back down to 450. I ended up topping out today at around 59.11, and I'll walk you through all my trades over here. In the morning, I was discussing CLDI, and you can see that I have a pretty nice profit on CLDI. And I'm going to discuss, all my trades of how everything happens. So in the morning, you can see that in the morning, the first ticker that was really interesting that I was live streaming in the morning is I was live streaming about Proc. Proc was a day two continuation. As you can see, we broke yesterday high of around $5. We had this uptrend wedge pattern formation right around yesterday's high, which is around 493. I didn't really buy it. I had some traders buy it. The stock ended up going to 650. As I recommend, you should take profits when you're up more than 30% or 20% because they do come back. I ended up watching it at the open. We came back down to VWAP. I actually bounced the VWAP a couple times. We had a push, and right here is where I got short. And you might wonder, like, why would you go short here? As you might not already know, there's a lot of day two shorts. Day two shorts are very simple. Proc was very, went from 50 cents to $7, and that's a lot of, almost like 7 or 8 times, I think. So I try to position myself where I see a lower high or a lower low. So in this situation, we made a lower low. I can't exactly explain it, but if you see this trend line right about here, this is the reason I shorted Proc, because we had this trend line here, here, and here. So I was thinking that $7 would be the utmost top for this ticker. As you can see right about here, right about here, right about here. So I ended up short at around 671. And then after that, for about 3 hours, it pretty much started crashing right back down to the crapper. Right now we're at 440. Beautiful day two short. I timed this one really, really well, to tell you the truth. I have data for many, many, many years. And you can see that my timing has been pretty good. But we're going to look at my fills on this ticker. You can see most of my fills were around 670, and I covered some at, the best cover was 464. So I made $2 a share on this ticker. And, you might be like, hey, I don't know what you're doing. Most of you guys are long, most of you guys are short, and that's just fine. There was opportunity to go long and opportunity to go short. So in this situation, the opportunity to go long was here as a day two continuation from 5 to 650 in the morning when I was live streaming. And this morning, I was live streaming also a CLDI in the morning. You can see third time a charm. So let's review. We had Proc, as we were doing this uptrend wedge pattern at day two continuation right here. And you could have bought it around 5. We hit 650, and then we pretty much tanked. And the next ticker we had CLDI. I actually made a 25% profit buying it at 67, and we got up to 85. Actually, $1 in just a very short period of time. CLDI does not have news, to my amazement. And then we had a secondary opportunity to go long again as it broke pre-market highs of 110. We got up to 150. pretty unrealistic. This thing just doubled in just a day. And you might be like, hey, I missed CLDI, I missed proc. What is another ticker that was interesting was EVOC. EVOC was very interesting over here. This is the ticker that I did lose on. This ticker did have news. I was actually short a little too soon, and I did cover, and I flipped long, and then I actually thought that this ticker was going to be a long. Considering we had all-time high volume, you can see on the daily, we had around 75, 80 million. So I thought we are just gonna go and push towards 12 based on this, news because it had received U.S. patent, but it ended up just selling off, sadly. And that's just the name of the game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and your bias could be wrong. You can see I did lose multiple times trying to buy it off VWAP because I thought we're gonna hit VWAP and we're just gonna go back up from here. So the bias on this ticker was to go short, and it didn't really go anywhere. Sometimes you had we were looking at it in the 4s, the 5s, the 6s, the 7s, the 8s, and we eventually hit 10. So it's definitely, we had three tickers that I think three tickers that doubled at least. We had two tickers that doubled from 4 up to 10, so EVOC doubled. CLDI kind of doubled as well from 65 down up to 150, and then proc here was a day too short that pretty much might go into the 4s. So I'm walking out pretty nicely with my huge gain in proc. Actually to made $2.20 a share. Huge profit in proc going short. And actually it's going a little bit lower. I thought proc was going to go back down to 4s, maybe under 4s, but right now I just want to lock it in and finish up the day. And I'm very happy with my performance. Traded 3 tickers, lost on 1, gained on 1, and then I had an epic short on 1. So pretty good. If you want to get started into trading, make sure you click the link below. Join us in the Discord or attend our free live streams for about an hour each morning. Other than that, see you all later. Hope you guys made money, and see you all in my next video. Peace out.